How's it going, everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. Hope you're having a good day, and welcome to another Pokémon Go video. Alright, so this is a video that I really wish I wouldn't have to make. The community manager for Pokémon Go, Magpie, recently revealed that they have been receiving threats of violence through their email. This is absolutely uncalled for, and I do think we as a community need to be better. I'm going to be going over all of this in today's video, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Alright, so to bring you up to speed, Niantic has been making terrible design decisions when it comes to Pokémon Go for the past few months. Players have been extremely unhappy regarding how poorly they have been managing the game. Notable examples of Niantic's blunders include the poor bundle boxes in the Pokeshop, the botched launch of Zorua, and various bugs and lag issues that have plagued both rating and the Go Battle League. The community sentiment behind this game has been at an all-time low, and it goes without question that players have been wanting changes to be made. One of the ways they have been voicing this was through social media, and many current employees at Niantic have been the target of a lot of criticism. One of these employees is the community manager for Pokémon Go, who goes by Magpie. They have been actively working as a liaison between the game's community and Niantic, and they have done a really good job representing the company for the past several months since they took over the position. Recently, they posted a tweet that drew a lot of backlash. Basically, there was an issue with the release of Zorua that forced Niantic to temporarily disable Go Plus functionality in the game. This, of course, upset the player base as a whole, as many players rely on Go Plus devices for their day-to-day gameplay. Magpie decided to chime in and share some thoughts on what they thought about the whole situation. Well, this ultimately led to them receiving several threats and even doxing attempts from disgruntled community members. Now, I can understand how angry and unhappy Pokémon Go players have been as of late. The game is not in a good place whatsoever, and Niantic hasn't done a lot to remedy some of the dissatisfaction that players have been feeling. But for those players to take those negative feelings and then use them to harass employees of Niantic is completely uncalled for. I mean, come on, I know we can be better as a community. There are so many better ways to channel the negativity we've been feeling around Pokémon Go outside of harassing and doxing Niantic employees. This isn't even the first time this happened. Earlier on in Pokémon Go's lifecycle, we had the community manager Liz George, and to be honest, I don't think most players truly understand how good we had it with her at this position. She always did a phenomenal job reaching out to several communities and keeping herself active within the player base. She would take whatever sentiments that the community was feeling and pass that along to the higher-ups at the company. But because of the same kind of harassment that Magpie is currently getting, Liz ended up quitting her position and moved on from Niantic. I have to say, I was actually pretty crushed when this originally happened. I was fortunate to have met Liz on a number of occasions, and I have to say, she was a phenomenal person in the role she was in, and she did an incredible amount of good for Pokémon Go and the community behind the scenes. I don't think Liz or Magpie should have ever received the kind of harassment that they got, no matter how poor the game is currently running. Now, should Magpie have tweeted what they did about the Go Plus fiasco? No, I don't think they should have. I do think it was a short-sighted tweet and it was very out of touch with how frustrated players were feeling. But on the same token, I cannot sit here and say they deserved the kind of vitriol that they received as a result of that tweet. Look, I totally get that players are unhappy, and I firmly believe Niantic has been actively and stupidly running the game into the ground as of late, but there are very healthy and very productive ways we can voice our concerns for this game outside of harassing employees at the company. Let me remind you that most of these employees that you are harassing, they are not the ones making the boneheaded decisions that players have been unhappy with. At the very least, they can relay those concerns that we have to the higher-ups, but only if we are not voicing them in such a toxic manner. That is a one-way ticket for Niantic to not take our feedback seriously. Thus, I do want to implore that Pokémon Go players not harass any Niantic employees because it's not going to get the message across. I'm extremely passionate about this game just like most of you, and I want to see it improve leaps and bounds, but the more I see players behave in such a toxic manner, the more I worry that Niantic is going to continue putting a deaf ear to the voice of the community. I certainly wouldn't want that, and neither should you. If there is anything you can do that would be way more positive, I would suggest continuously giving your feedback to the proper channels in a constructive way. Rather than spamming and DMing Niantic employees specifically, get a hashtag going or make directed tweets towards Niantic stating that you want certain things changed. I think as long as we stray away from any toxic behavior, we will see positive changes happen to Pokemon Go in the future. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Leave your thoughts down below regarding this whole situation. I would love to know what you are thinking so that we can have a great discussion. And if you ended up enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then be sure to check out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list, so if you want to interact with me in some way, like with remote raids, then do consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.